I'll show you guys this house. Look at the pool and the mountain views here. Backs up to a beautiful mountain in Anthem Highlands. I have a little rant. Buyers, use a professional when you are buying new home construction. So I have a client right now buying new home construction, and I always find it interesting that buyers opt to not use a realtor when they go into new home construction, and I think a lot of times they're misled. And I have like I say, I have a buyer purchasing new home construction. I'm not going to name the builder because this can happen with any of them, really. They're in business to make money, and so that nice agent that sits on the lot represents the builder in their best interest. So I have a buyer, we're building the house, the appraisal comes in $13,000 below purchase price. That was not because they went over upgrades, it was because it's one of the first houses in that community to sell. So what does that mean? Appraisal comes in low. What that means is my buyer had to come up with $13,000 cash difference to pay the builder for that house. If you do not have a real estate agent, if you do not have a realtor representing your best interest, what's going to happen? You know what happens? You have to pay that difference. You pay that $13,000. The nice agent that sits on the lot, they represent the seller. So they're not going to negotiate in your best interest. So what do? I go to the builder and, tell them this is unacceptable. I mean, they're paying, all kinds of, this is unacceptable, basically, is the bottom line. And so they come in and they offer to pay, to come down in the purchase price a bit, not much. I also go back to the lender, and because it's new construction, they did the appraisal a number of months out. And so I say, okay, can we get another appraisal on the home? We got an approval because at first he said, no, we're not able to shop the appraisal. Long story short, after back and forth, we got another appraisal. We also were able to get an appraiser from a neighbor that came in at value comparable to our house. And that neighbor shared their appraisal with us. And that was also submitted on the second appraisal that we requested. We sent that in with it. So not only did I send the neighbor's appraisal, we sent the addendum from the builder lowering the purchase price that we negotiated, and that was submitted to the second appraisal. Long story short, guys, all of the second appraiser ended up coming in at value, and we're good to go. But my moral of the story is that if you don't have representation, none of this would have happened. My client would have had to pay $13,000 difference in cash at closing because that appraisal came in short. And you're really setting yourself up to lose if you don't have a real estate agent representing your best interest, not the one that sits on the lot, not the nice people that represent the builder. You need your own representation. Second piece of it, during this transaction, now the builder is saying that because they came down off the sales price, now they're going to take away the buyer's incentive to use their preferred lender. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. They're changing the terms in the middle of, the buyer's closing next week. Anyway, hire a professional to advocate for your rights. There's really, like I say, nothing a buyer would say or even would know to say with all this shenanigans going on. I call it shenanigans. I just don't think it's professional. I don't think that it's business. Yeah, it's business. They want every last dollar in their pocket, but hire a professional. It's important. So, long story short, look at this pool. It's a gorgeous day in Vegas. Have a great day.